So this morning, I'm here to speak about what it means to live authentically. So, living an authentic life is about being real. It's about being honest with yourself and with other people. It's about living at that soul level and seeing the world and others and being from our God selves, living from that higher place within. So the best way that we can live authentically is to see with the eyes of God, to see that perfection in everyone and in everything, to focus on everything that's right in our life, to live from our passion, to remain focused on fulfilling our life purpose, even when things don't look perfect in our eyes. In other words, present moment awareness, something that we talk about a lot, because it's only when we are fully present that we can express who we truly are. In order to live authentically, as the incredible gift that you are, you're called to be in the present moment with your very essence. And the truth is, the present moment is never fully accessible to you if you're not present in it. Does that make sense? The central idea of living authentically is accepting life just as it is, right here and right now, honoring all of it, and revealing your deepest wants, your deepest needs, your deepest desires in life. Now, the reading that Nathan shared reminds us not to pretend to be someone we aren't. We don't need to follow behind or along with someone else's successes or with someone else's beliefs. We have our own. And we simply need to learn to trust what we know. To trust that we know for us. And to trust that what we have is enough. Whether it be in finances or in friendships or in love or in whatever it is, trust that what we have is enough, is always enough. And one way that you'll know you've begun living authentically is when you can begin taking yourself out of relationships that aren't feeding your highest and best good. Now that's a tough thing to do. When you realize a relationship isn't mutually beneficial, it's hard to let go of that. However, you then can begin to accept your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own ideas, wants, desires, and that kind of thing. Then it no longer has anything to do with anybody else. You're searching for your own highest good. And our desires are what allow us to be fully human. It's through our understanding and our accepting of our desires that we do become fully present with ourselves and then in turn with others. We begin connecting with both our humanitarian side and our divine essence. And then we begin to really see that in everyone else. And because now we're seeing through the eyes of God, through our soul. Being present means being conscious. It means being awake. It means being aware and loving life just as it is, right here, right now. Our friend Anonymous wrote this: "It is not what we eat, but what we digest that makes us strong. Not what we gain, but what we save that makes us rich. Not what we read, but what we remember that makes us learned. And not what we profess, but what we practice that gives us integrity." Buddhism has a practice referred to as Sangha. And this group consistently, 24/7, practices that present moment awareness. And the goal is to possess that higher degree of realization or enlightenment. And because they know no question, because they know they are the blessed one's disciples, their realization about themselves is this: they are worthy of gifts, worthy of hospitality, worthy of offerings, and worthy of reverential salutation. Worthy of all those gifts that life has to offer each and every one of us. And isn't that true about all of us? For the relatively short time we are here on this planet, why on earth would we want to have any lower opinion of our God selves than that? We want to know who we are, express who we are, share who we are. Well, why would we want to live somebody else's idea of us, for instance, when we desire and deserve to be happy and filled with that love and with that light, instead of feeling any shame or guilt for not living up maybe to someone else's expectations or idea of who we should be or how we should behave? The Sangha has training tools for developing authenticity. And there are two specific qualities they embody that are truly reliable. First one is this: a direct recognition of the absolute nature of mind, who we are. And that gives rise to that second quality, the liberation, the letting go of the delusion, of confusion, of those poisons of the mind, things that happen in our life. And those are all referred to in Buddhism as the root causes of suffering, the stuff out there that we allow in that isn't for our best and our highest good. And those who possess and practice those qualities fully understand and uphold that vow of refuge and perceive and participate in life in ways that are really extraordinary. They're not out for themselves. As true Sangha members, they're dedicated to refraining from causing harm and to helping others in any way they can. Isn't that beautiful? Their behavior is both leadership and guidance. And by encouraging the living authentically, that development, it serves as a constant reminder both of the goal of that enlightenment or realization and of the practice as a means to achieve that goal. Living authentically from our essence means to learn how to help and support one another. If we were holding hands or crossing a river and one of us fell, we're not going to leave them, right? We're going to bend down, take their hand, continue on our way, continue on our journey. Simply learning about these different teachings aren't enough for transformation. We need to implement them, and we implement them by increasing our compassion for all beings. If someone's rude to us, for instance, do we respond with anger? Do we respond with sarcasm or hold a grudge? We can practice compassion instead. Why wouldn't we? We don't know what's going on in them or for them. As we focus on how we can help others instead of how we can benefit ourselves from a particular situation, we are then developing that idea, that authentic way of being, about living from our heart, living from the level of our soul. We know, logically, that any emotional upset is temporary. It's never permanent, because it always passes by just like the clouds in the sky. And we can learn to watch it patiently as it does float by. We don't have to get caught up in that. If we make an effort again and again and again to develop that love, that concern, and patience, we're going to make progress in our practice. Now, it may be slow progress, and that's okay. We're moving toward that higher level of enlightenment, and sometimes that is a slower process. And what I know is that as we have any movement, we are contributing to one another's learning and growth. The world is not going to change for us. We know that. From the very beginning of our spiritual journey, we knew that what must be changed was us. We can't change anything out there. And there's nothing outside of our own mind. It's all rooted within. All of our actions serve as a mirror that reflects back to us, so we can draw upon that and those interactions for our personal growth, for our personal awareness. Now, that said, of course we want to live our lives with patience and love and compassion and respect. Those are the qualities that we would like reflected back to us. Those are the qualities we deserve to have reflected back to us simply because of who we are. Those beautiful children of the One, of the Divine. Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us to never blame, never try to persuade using reason and arguments, because they never lead to any positive effect. No argument, no reasoning, no blame, just understanding. If you understand and show that you understand, you can love, and the situation will change. No, it's not always easy. I think we all know that. And yet it can be done. The one reality that we can count on, that we can know is the absolute truth, is our connection to God, Source, Spirit, right? And to experience that in our daily interactions, we ultimately have to believe that we're worth that connection, that we're worth that higher power coming through and working through us. And we need to do that and be firm with that with total passion and total commitment. Our essence, our God essence, is the real us. And it's so precious. You think about it, it's the same stuff from which our soul is made. It's the same stuff from which the stars and the universe and God itself is made. I mean, you can't get any more precious than that. And if we could hold on to our very essence while stepping back into the picture that we're creating, our life, right, our experiences, we could be living from that soul level at each and every single moment that we're here. Live your life authentically. Live from the essence of your soul and reflect that authenticity to everyone around you, to all things. Do it because it fills your soul. Do it because it helps you fulfill your soul's purpose. And do it because it helps you stay in balance, and it keeps you in that present moment awareness, feeling that connection to the divine. And by doing that, by doing so, you're allowing yourself to be that beneficial presence in the world. Isn't that why we're all here? Know that we were all designed to survive and to thrive, no matter how our life experiences unfold. And just for today, be strong in that knowledge. So thank you for being here while I shared this truth as I understand it. Thank you.